Again, YouTube with the terrible lighting. Here we go. Cool, guys. We are back for another episode of Benching and Bullshitting. This is episode 30, talking about current happenings and things that are going to be happening in the next month or so, just general workouts and stuff. And of course, the most important thing is answering questions. That's what I come on here for mostly. So just starting out right away. Again, I got two platforms going. I've got Instagram and YouTube, so I'm going to have questions coming in. What's up, Matt? On both platforms. Someone is asking height and weight. I am 5'5" and probably sitting about 330 as I speak to you now. That's my competitive weight at my meet last Saturday was 326. I weighed in kind of light, actually. I was looking to weigh in probably like 330. What's going on, guys? 330, 328, but 326. I was like, I'm coming in light. What the fuck is this? But it went well. Obviously, it went really well. I'm really happy with it. So 1 week out, 1 week post competition. What the fuck have I been doing? I always get asked, like, what do you do after a meet? I just do normal stuff. I just do what I always do. So I took Monday off because we drove home. So we stayed in the Airbnb one extra night. I think. No, we came home Sunday. That's right. We left Sunday morning and then drove the 6 hours to get back home, picked up the dog who's sitting with me here now. And then I'm off on Mondays anyway. So I was off Monday. Went back to the gym on Tuesday. Hit up the gym on Tuesday. Did my back workout, my back routine, working out with Chris. He's the one and only guy who chooses to work back with me on Tuesday mornings. But then he also has the schedule capabilities. I understand that like people work and stuff like that. So, and then Wednesday I benched kind of. I did like a dumbbell day. I guess you could call it that. I'm going to move this tray just 1 sec. I got to fix YouTube here. It's looking kind of weird. There we go. That's better. Okay. So yeah, everything was good though. This week's been weird. I'll tell you what, man. I went in Thursday, did forearms and delts off Friday. Then I went in Saturday. I went in yesterday to bench, and I'm like, okay, cool. I got to do like my Arnold Classic weekend prep for like the last man standing kind of shit. So went into bench. I stopped at 825. Was my top set. At 825 felt like 1300. I was like, holy fuck. So, and I was like, guys, like, God damn, you'd think after 2 weeks, I'd be like good to go and rested. And they're like, bro, it's been 7 days. I was like, 7 days? It's been the longest week of my fucking life. I thought my meet was 2 weeks ago. It was only 7 days ago. They're like, you did a thing. You did a big thing last week. I think you can take it easy this week. So I didn't bench after 825, and I did like 6 tricep movements. Made up for the lack of work and did it in the accessories. Matt Brooks. Are there some days of the week you schedule as always morning workouts as to where others are always evening? So Tuesday morning, I do Tuesday mornings for my back work because Tuesday nights were becoming so fucking ridiculous busy. That I couldn't stand to be in the building. There was just too many fucking people. So I started going on Tuesday mornings to avoid the crowd. Wednesday nights, we bench. Thursday nights is like my accessory, my forearm delt day, kind of my weird day. A little bit of back work in there. Saturday mornings for heavy bench. And then Sunday, like right at noon, like noon 30 is when we start doing squats and stuff. So I guess most of it is in the morning when you think about it. Only 2 days out of the 5 I do actual like go in the evening. Otherwise it's all pretty early. Colton is asking, do you think training legs more really helps with leg drive on the bench? Yeah, of course it does. Absolutely it does. Now do I think that you need to attain a humongous squat to bench a lot of weight? No. But I do think it does help. I mean, why not be overall just a stronger human being when you're trying to lift the most weight possible? Why not? Let's see. We got another one. Entry MMA says, hey, Jimmy, what kind of belt do you use for benching? I use an Anderson Powerlifting KLA. That's Kilo Lima Alpha KLA Omega bench belt. I have 2 of them. I outgrew one. I got too fat. So I have 2 of them that I currently use, or I have one that I currently use, but I have 2 of them from Anderson Powerlifting. Launcher91 says, do you have any tips to feel better when train in the morning? It does suck sometimes. Because of my schedule, I have to train early morning, but it often sucks and doesn't feel as good as the afternoon. Embrace the suck. I mean, I know it sucks, but embrace it, man. You got to get your work in. Make it routine. I don't know what you need to. I'm not sure on specifics, but it's just you have to learn to enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like if that's when you have to get your work in, you have to learn to enjoy it. Go to bed earlier. Wake up and get some carbs, get some calories in. Drink a weight gain shake, get some calories in. If you're going in on an empty stomach, it's not going to feel good. You have to go in with some sort of calories in your system. And Matt Brooks, I prefer morning workouts if I'm off work, but I can't always make it happen that way. Yeah, I do the morning. And again, I have a home work life schedule because we have our own home business. So I can go in whenever I want. So I'm not going in at like 5 a.m. Fuck that. That's Marine Corps shit. But I go in at so on Tuesday mornings, I go in, I meet Chris at 10 o'clock. And we work out until like 2 or 3 in the afternoon some days. It's a long day. Back days are long. So, yeah. And Toby Hurley. Love that belt. Thank you for the recommendation. You're welcome, Toby. I'm glad you enjoy it. Let's see. I know work midnights and bench heavy after work. You will get used to it. See, there you go. You just got to learn to love it, man. Paul Lofter says, if Cody can come back, I can too. Yep, you can, dude. Yeah, Cody came back from something pretty horrific, and anything is possible. You just have to have the right attitude. That sounds so ridiculous and dry, but it's true. So, yeah, you just have to be positive. Cam Glass, last man standing in Arnold, what you aiming for? Well, there's really nothing to aim for. It's just winning. So, like, the heavyweights all start out at 750, and each round, the bar goes up by 50 pounds. And, like, I'm good up until, like, 1,300, 1,350. You know what I mean? So, it's about outlasting everybody. That's what it's all about. You know, it's not like when I did the Arnold in 14 and 15, the competition was just biggest bench wins, period. Now it's each round the bar gets heavier, and just who can last the longest is how it works now. Martinez says, now that you are doing back twice a week, have you tried a Dorian Yates approach, doing HIIT with shorter and more intense workout? Sometimes I do. Most of the time I like training really fucking heavy. I'll do like 5 movements as heavy as possible with back, like shrugs and T-bar rows and Penlay rows and rack pulls, seated cable rows. But like, for instance, on this Tuesday, because we just obliterated our ass and hamstrings. That sounded wrong, but we just like fucking slayed posterior chain. We did SSB, box squats, dragged sled with supersetted with leg curls, super wide, almost feet touching the plate, super wide Romanian deadlifts. Like I tried stepping over something in the living room, and I got a Charlie horse, and I almost went to the fucking floor. So this back workout on Tuesday is probably going to be a lighter, more bodybuilding oriented day. Over on YouTube here, Darren Richardson. Get up early, gets lots of calories in and caffeine, and in 1 week you'll be good. That's kind of what I was saying before. You have to get something in your system, though. Don't wake up and just go straight in there. You have to get calories in. And then Don Stiegel, can you use different shirts, or do you have to use only one shirt for the Arnold comp? You can use whatever you want. So I'm bringing 2 shirts to switch. I'm good with one up until like 1,000 pounds, and then if I have to go above 1,000, I have a alternate shirt that will compensate or facilitate those heavier loads. So you can use whatever you want. You don't have to use just one. Jay Barrick 920 biggest bencher in Connecticut, right? Or what state is that? I can't remember. But when you are in the shirt, where do you place the bar? I try to aim for the top of my belly. Pretty much it's like upper ab or like slightly lower than the upper ab. It's not like way down here, It's like this is my sternum, This is my xiphoid process right here. This is my first abs, so I'm aiming for like right here. So it's not terribly low, but it is low. Cam Glass asks, anyone else even close to 1350 think you will go for 14? The next highest bench next to mine, I believe, is 1150. So I'm ahead by 200 pounds again. I say again because I did that once before. I'm going. The goal was to go for 1400 at this meet. It's just, we had some unforeseen circumstances we had to overcome, and 1400 was not going to happen. Extraordinarily happy to get it. 1350, also extraordinarily fortunate because there were some things going wrong. I'm going to pick a meet probably early summer and try to go for 14. Actually, 14 plus is the goal, but yeah, I've handled up to 1460 already in the gym, so like it's going to happen. Let's see. I'm going to catch up. Cool. We're caught the fuck up. Cool. But yeah, 1 week post meet. I think that 1350 took more out of me than I wanted to admit. It was just so fucking hard, dude. It almost didn't happen. There were so many things going wrong. Were you happy with your spotters this last meet? Oh yeah, they're my guys. We got Matt Brooks and Cam were my additional spotters. So you have the three main guys on the bar. You had Brian in the middle, Alphabet Nick on one side, and my buddy Zach Zubik on the other side doing the handoff. And then, like it's supposed to be, Brian got out of the way of the judge. If you notice, if you watch the video, like Brian is not hovering over the bar the entire lift like one fucking federation allows you to do. Won't name any names unless you ask. But I don't believe in that. Like when it's game day, when it's time to get a record, when it's competition day, the spotter needs to get off the fucking bar and get out of the way. I'm not saying like, oh, Mrs. on here. Hello. I'm not saying like now in the APF, you have to literally like run off the platform, like get off the platform. In the IPA and the RPS, you at least have to pivot. You have to like pivot out of the way and be off the fucking bar, not following the bar like this. So Brian completely got off the bar. He was actually like kneeling down next to the judge watching me. And then I had Matt Brooks and Cam, who are my additional side spotters. So there's 4 guys on the bar the whole lift. Would have been 5, but like I said, Brian let go and got completely out of the way, not obscuring the judge's view and not making it look like a gym lift, an actual competition style lift. And Matt says there's 2 feds that allow that actually. 2? I was aware of 1. What's the one I'm not thinking of, Matt? I thought there was 1. Oh my goodness, there's 2? Give me a break, man. God, where's the standard? You know what I'm saying? Like, Jesus. Martinez Rodney, how much Brian is pulling in order to be able to hand off at least 900? Brian said his entire body, his traps, it felt like he just got done doing a rack pull workout. His traps were sore. His hamstrings and ass, like his fucking glutes were sore. It was a hell of a time getting that weight out. It was hard, man. Those Dynabody benches have a cross beam under the pad, like a Forza, and your shins, the spotter's shins are up against that cross beam. So it limits how far the spotter can be out over the lifter. So you have to have a lot more work being done by the side guys. And that proved to be, that plagued us the entire meet. But we made it happen. I'm just so happy to get 1350. Cody Plum's on here. What's up, Cody Plum? How we doing tonight over on the West Coast? So yeah, it was wild, man. It was fucking crazy. So it feels like it. Yeah. So anyway, I like to conduct business a specific way at a meet, and that, like I said, upholding the standard. So in the gym, for safety, because training, right? We spot Joe or Brian, whoever's in, my head spotter stays on the bar, stays with the bar the whole lift. It's training. On game day, they let go of the bar and they get the fuck out of the way. Uphold the standard. Certain feds, like the 2 Matt Brooks is talking about, I was aware of 1, Those feds bring the standard down, down, and down. And then Cam Glass says, good shit. Was awesome getting to 1350 live, or getting to see, I'm assuming 1350 live, see you at the Arnold. Cool. Yeah, bro. I'll be at the Anderson powerlifting booth all 3 days, all day. Come by and check us out. And we're going to have a smaller booth this year. It's actually going to be not along the back wall where the main stage was. We're actually going to be in one of the aisles on a corner, of all things. That'll be cool. 2 spots instead of 3, so a reduced booth size. I think we're going to have a live TV stream going, or not a stream, but a video on a loop of all of our top athletes, showcasing their lifts and everything. A little more of an interactive booth than it has been in previous years. Thomas Amsterdam in the house. Fuck yeah, bro. What's up, bud? And then obviously, Last Man Standing is on Sunday of the Arnold, starting at noon, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, Cody Plum. I had trouble with one of my plates in my arms this weekend, swelling. You'll see my message about it. Damn it, I saw your message come in, Cody. I was on the phone with a client of mine, David Harrington. So I saw your message like pop down, but I didn't have time to, between the call and then hopping on here, I wasn't able to read the messages. I'm sorry. But I will check those out as soon as I'm off here and however long this takes. Lantern 91, I'm experiencing AC joint pain in the right shoulder. Do you have any recommendations to make it better? AC joint. AC joint. AC joint. I don't know what that is. What's an AC joint? Is that the up here, this where the bones meet? At the collarbone and the, I think that's what an AC joint is. I'm not sure. Fuck, man. I'm not a what do you call them, guys? I'm not a fucking doctor or whatever the fuck. AC joint. I can't. I don't have any experience with that. If somebody else does, some of my guys in here, if you want to help him out with some tips, because I don't have anything. I don't know what to do with that. How fast do you think the band shirt loses its pop? Well, I've been using that black 4-ply, that custom 4-ply from Rob since November of 21, and it's now February of 23, and I just hit my biggest lift ever. So I don't. It's years probably. I would assume it's probably like years. They'll eventually lose all their pop, but no, I think it takes. They're wise investments because of how long they last in comparison to poly, you know. Thomas says, I'm a good man. Shoulder's a bit angry. Seeing a therapist, but for this week, it's less worse than I thought. Did just send you a DM like 10 minutes ago for some video feedback. Okay, just like Cody, Thomas, I will check that out as soon as I hop off here on the live. In a while, I just started. What do you do for joint health longevity? I don't know. I don't really do much for joints. It's kind of not on my mind. I don't lift raw often. That's what's one thing. I lift in equipment. That's one thing I think that helps longevity. Other than that, just trying to play it safe and not be too stupid. I do stupid things, but within reason. Let's see, trying to catch up. Matt, do you think the single or double ply ones will be worn out significantly faster? I mean, yeah, there's less material there. But I mean, significantly faster. Okay, let's say a 4-ply can last, like have a good 3 years of life of competitive use and gym use. You might have the single ply, definitely you'll notice quickly. But with a double ply, probably a year and a half to 2 years. I mean, I've only just got into the band shirts a little over a year ago, so it's I haven't been doing it long enough to really know. It's like when a new study like, you know, when the vapes came out, the vape pen thingies, and they just came out like, oh, it's alternative to smoking and it's safer and healthier, you know, less bad for you. But they just came out, so there's no real study on the long-term side effects. So it's similar to that. They haven't been out long enough to really know if it's how long they truly do last. Matt Brooks, I started out in triple ply SDP because someone told me it would last longer than a double ply. Oh my goodness. Oh, Jesus Christ. Someone lied to you, Matt Brooks. Someone blew smoke right in your fucking face that an SDP would last long. Oh my goodness. Oh, what an asshole. Joel Hicks, what's up, bud? Can you use a figure 8 bench band under your 2-ply band shirt in contest since it's unlimited division? You can, but it has to be attached. Per IPA rules, the rule book says the extra layer has to be attached. You can't just like have it free floating in there, like slide the F8 figure 8 band on as its own separate piece and then put the shirt on. You have to have it like attached some way, somehow. So I would suggest, I mean, it doesn't say sewn, it says attached in the rule book. So I would suggest strong Velcro or fucking glue it in there like with super glue. I don't know. The best way to do that is to get it sewn in so that it's actually like attached and won't come out. But yeah, per the rule book, it has to be attached. So just keep that in mind. And then Thomas says, are STPs not the ones that blow out left and right? Yeah, they do. They blow out all the fucking time. You can check out the INSER website and go look at the description of the STPs. And in the description, it'll say something along the lines of, and I'm trying to quote this, used for countless workouts and countless meets. Material has memory, won't stretch out, long-term use. Yeah. Read that again and tell me how stupid that sounds. It's on the website. You can read it. See, Derek says, how long would you say a Super Katana single ply shirt lasts? Well, in 21 was a cool year for me. That was my single ply year. I had this single ply katana. I got it in like November of 20. And then I trained in it. So November, December, January. Let's see. So on January 31st, so November, about 3 months in, I did 1,050 in a contest with that same shirt, no alterations. February, March, I did the baddest bencher 1, did 1,080. And then April, May, June, 8 months of contests and workouts, no alterations. In June of within 8 months of use, I did my 1120 at York Barbell. So now I consistently went up in body weight that whole time. I started out when I did 1,050, I think I weighed like 280, 285. And then when I did 1,080, I weighed like 297. And then when I did 1120, I weighed like 308 or 307. So I consistently put weight on that kept the shirt staying tight on me. So that shirt, I still have that shirt. It's my 1120 shirt, single ply katana. They can last a while. They're good pieces. They're fine bench shirts. Single ply has to be worn extraordinarily way more tighter than a multiply. So that's why it doesn't last quite as long as a multiply will. But, until someone in a poly benches at least 1121, I can say that single ply is superior to multiply. And even if that happens, I still believe that. I still think that single ply is superior to multiply. What we got here? Are you happy with how things are going and only training in one shirt? I don't train in one shirt. I train in multiple shirts. And it is going well. I am happy with it. I train in multiple shirts. Cool. Caught up again. Again, I'm here to answer questions. So please, if you have anything for me, that's what I'm here for. Otherwise, I'm just going to ramble and talk about shit. So, but yeah, anyway, in prep for this, I don't have to really prep for the Arnold at all. Now, again, like I said in the beginning, when I did the Arnold in 14, when I won it that year, it was biggest bench wins. All the heavyweights opened it. There was a designated opener for the meet, so every heavyweight opened at 8. And then your second and third attempt, you can do whatever the fuck you want. And I won it that year with a 950. Now it's like who can do the most attempts, who can last the longest. So, like if we start at 750 and get to 1,000 pounds, that's 758, 859, 9. That's 6 attempts from 750 to 1,000 pounds. It's who can do the most attempts. Who can last the longest. So the weights, it starts at 750. Like that's 850, 950, 1,050, 1,150, 1,250. That's a 600 pound deload for me. You know what I mean? So there's not a lot of prep I have to do. I just have to make sure like I have the right equipment for like those light weights and then potentially the heavier weights. Will Under Armour shirts help in any way for bench pressers? I think there's like no, I don't think so. I don't know. Under Armour, I think they're just mostly for like warmth if you're like a runner or something. They were very popular when I was in track and field. Don't get it twisted. I didn't do the track part. I was a thrower. I did the field part. But in track and field, to keep warm, because we were in Northeast Ohio, everybody wore Under Armour. Matt Brooks, do you think that the same concept could be applied to a single-ply band shirt if you wore it excruciatingly tight? I've debated about this mentally in my head for a long time. I think the band shirts work because the nature of the material combined with the amount of material. Now, if you wore like, yes, it will. Now, I don't think it'll be as drastic as wearing a single ply poly, but the tighter you can wear, chest plate like that fucking big on a single ply, that was like, it was like skin tight on your arms, really. Then yeah, I think you'd get a shitload more out of it. But will you get more out of that, or as compared to a 4-ply? Probably not. Dr. A is still epic says, what's something in the last couple years that has made the biggest difference? Right out immediately, benching reverse grip. That has changed my competitive career forever. And I am so fucking glad that it happened. Bench backwards. I was warming up at the meet this past weekend, and I was doing my reverse grip, and I was doing like 2 reds a side or something, doing warm-ups. Sat up, and I racked it, and everybody was looking at me. I sat up, and I said, hey, that shit's magical, by the way. And I kind of laughed. I was like, I recommend every single one of you should bench backwards. It's fucking magic. So I said that at the meet. Catch up here. Joel Hicks, would you rather the Arnold do who benches the most wins or who can last the longest? Well, it's a different. I'm doing it because it's going to be fun. I've never done this meet. It's a different style of competition. So, like I think it should be. I think most contests are about who can do the most weight, that is. But in spirit of the different style, because every meet's like that. So actually, now that I think about it, I think it's fine to stay that way. Who can do the most attempts? I think that's fine. It's a different style of competing. It's a different challenge. So I think it's great. I might not do it again after this year. I just want to do it once, but it'll be fun. What's some good music I can add to my gym playlist? Fucking oh God! If I wasn't using my phone, I could tell you my playlist. Fucking Ministry, Thieves by Ministry is fucking just my jam. Peyton Parrish has some good music. Amon Amarth, Cannibal Corpse, Decapitated, Dying Fetus, a lot of D's, Deicide, Cattle Decapitation. I got some old school stuff like from the 90s, like 9 Inch Nails, Typo Negative. There's lots of, I could go on for days. I got so much fucking music on my phone. Let's see. I'm a big 90s fan. Speaking of RGBP, I tried it the other day with 2 and 3 boards, I think for some back down work in the supercharged RAM. Fuck, my hands hurt, but I finally realized what you mean with pain tolerance. Any tips for that? Or is it dude, it's purely adaptation. You will get used to it. I promise. It's very uncomfortable. 2 plates at one point like hurt me. I was a 1,000-pound bencher at that point, and 2 plates it hurt. It was very uncomfortable. Once I got over it and said, fuck it, and started going heavier anyway, I got used to it very, very quick. Adaptation. 90s death metal for the win. Yeah. The 90s, what a great fucking decade. I love being a 90s kid. Holy fuck. And I was actually born in 90, so I spent the whole decade as a kid. I wasn't born in like 99 or anything. I was born actually in 90. So, let's see. Don Stiegel over here on YouTube. I have a F8 2-ply 50. I have a 2-ply 50 as well. Sure, fits great and love it. I love my 2-ply. About how many sizes do you think I would have to go for a 3-ply? Well, if you go through Anderson, the sizes jump from 50, I think, to 52 or 53, and there's a big gap, and it jumps up to 60. Now, my triple ply is a 60, and it's a big fucking difference. So I'd say the 60 would be a smart move. If the 2-ply 50 fits you well, and mine fits me very well. Mine's very, very fucking tight though. I'm 330 pounds. A 60 would be a smart move for you, Don. I'm pretty sure. I gotta get some hydration real quick. Sorry. We got the Mothman's Red Eye Blend coffee, the last podcast on the left, with their delicious Panama beans. And that coffee is fucking amazing. Holy shit. We have one of those pour over brewers. We don't have like a machine. We had a French press once and I didn't like it. This pour over is really fucking easy. You just literally pour the grounds in this little fucking funnel like a cone. Pour your hot water in there and it steeps it and filters it and it goes into your cup directly. It's fucking awesome. Martinez Rodney says, now I added 1 extra day to add more rear delt and back work as is lacking. Cool. I did the exact same thing. A bit rougher on recovery, but I feel all my lifts are improving. Your body can adapt to anything, and it's really important to get that work in. It might suck. You just need quality sleep. You need high calories, good sources of protein. And dude, the sleep, like that is the answer to the test. That is all the answers to the fucking test. You need sleep. I didn't sleep for years. I didn't even fucking realize it. As soon as I got my first machine, with the military and everything, VA and all that, my first machine was a hand-me-down. I'm sorry. My old buddy Mike Fabi gave me his old one. But now that I'm covered with the VA out of the military, like I can't believe that I wasn't sleeping, but I can't believe I survived. I don't know how the fuck I made it through all those years with no fucking sleep. Oh, fuck. Let's see here. Dr. A is still epic says, as an intermediate lifter, what would you recommend for delt and shoulder work? My personal opinion is you don't need to worry about the front or the side delts. All your work should be focused on the rear delts. The rear delts are oftentimes the most neglected part of the shoulder and sometimes also the back. Your rear delt is the antagonist muscle to the front. So if you are super developed in the chest and the front delt and your rear delt is non-existent, you're going to lead yourself up to the opportunity to have injuries. So put all your focus onto the rear delt. I don't recommend, my personal opinion is, I think overhead work is stupid, is one of the dumbest things you could do. Now, if you want to build an overhead press for the sake of building an overhead press, absolutely do it. Do that shit. But for building a big bench, I do not think it's necessary. I think it's going to cause you more harm than anything else. Your shoulders get plenty of work doing bench presses and incline and floor press, whatever you do. So put all your focus into the rear delt, bring up that imbalance. Plus, if you want that wide look, you got to work the rear delts. You know what I mean? a lot of these kids think, front and side. It's like, you got to get those rear delts popping out. Don't do anything overhead unless you want to. Just don't listen to me if you don't want to. I'm just saying. Anytime I've worked overhead work, my overhead work gets stronger. My overhead weights get bigger. My bench does not improve. So I completely cut it out of my training, and now I'm happier. Matt Brooks, I had no fucking clue what Mothman even was until you talked about going to the Mothman Museum last weekend, and I looked it up. Yeah, dude, it started in Point Pleasant back in the 60s when the Silver Bridge collapsed into the Ohio River, and like 50 people were fucking killed. 30 cars went into the river, and 50 people were fucking dead. People claim that there were sightings before the bridge collapsed, but while the bridge was like still standing, they claim they saw this like giant flying creature like circling the bridge, and then the bridge collapsed, and they thought like, oh, this creature, this cryptid is like the bringer of destruction. He brings natural disasters, when in reality, so they found the wreckage. They had divers go down. They discovered that it was actually a factory fuck up design, and the bridge collapsed because of that flaw. I think it was the metal work, and on one of the eyelets on the, I don't know bridges, but some piece of metal work, because it was an old bridge and metal work was just, they were still experimenting on how to do it in the 20s and stuff, wasn't done right, and it failed, and it caused the whole bridge to collapse. So they thought, oh, this cryptid creature is actually like, was trying to warn us, was trying to give us a heads up that this bridge was about to go down. So it all started in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. It's fucking awesome. Let's see. Matt, did you notice a difference from the machine you were prescribed compared to the hand-me-down? Not really. No, my buddy took care of the old one like really well. It was very well maintained. So I noticed no difference at all. It's just that it was new. And then William Lee, rear needs to be 80 to 90% more than the front. That's perfect right there. See, put all your focus into that rear delt. Cody Plum says, when I've had labrum tears, training rear delts makes them tighten up and feel better. Or, okay, yeah, there you go. Rear delts, man, it's all about it. And then William Lee says, Cody Plum bow tie helps too. Favorite last podcast on the left series, dude. The Blackbeard. It's like 3 episodes on Blackbeard the pirate. I think the first one we listened to was the Salem witch trials. And we were waiting for it was like the most recent one, and then like we were waiting for that 3rd episode to come out. So we kind of backtracked, listened to the Blackbeard. I have never thought I was going to fucking pass away from laughter more than when I listened to the Blackbeard. Jesus Christ. I thought I popped a gasket and I was going to fucking pass away. I was on the floor rolling around. Shit. It was good shit, man. Oh shit. I want to listen to that one again. We travel a lot. Like, we drove 6 hours to West Virginia. We got to go like 6 hours to go home to Ohio for the Arnold here in a couple weeks. My nose won't stop fucking itching. God. And I want to listen to it again, but I need to keep the car on the road. I don't want to fucking veer off because I'll laugh myself to death with that fucking Blackbeard shit. Yeah, Blackbeard with the matches in the eyelids and island disappearing was fucking awesome. Yeah. There were several parts where I literally I couldn't fucking catch my breath. So I'm going to re-listen to that one soon because it made my fucking whole week, dude. It was fucking awesome. Then Curious Powerlifter says, how many days a week do you train? I'm training 5 days a week. 2 bench, 1 back day, a lower body day, and a random shit day. Forearms and delts and such on that random shit day. Matt Brooks says, I just heard before that the ones prescribed to you are a program for your breathing patterns. Mine is a hand-me-down too. I mean, yeah, they did the study, and they had to do like the specific pressure for my needs, and mine's still just a CPAP. Sometimes you get prescribed a BiPAP, where the pressure in might be different than the pressure out. It adjusts accordingly in and out, or the CPAP is just a pressure in. So that's, but I'm not noticing a difference in how I'm sleeping. I'm sleeping just as well as I did with the hand-me-down. So Hope you're use that shit all the fucking time, Matt. Don't use it sometimes. Sleep with it every fucking night. And then Dawn, YouTube says, thanks, Jim. Glad to hear you suggest a 60. Was thinking that myself. Okay, good. I screwed up and bought a 51 and cannot even get into close grip position with it. Live and learn. Oof. Yeah, the going from a 50 double to a 51 triple. Definitely need to go up to that 60. So I'm glad that we're on the same page. We're on the same page there. But yeah, dude. So like, hang on. Are you self-coached? If not, who is your... Yeah, I've been self-coached my entire life for the last 18 years. I've had people guide me and obviously work with me, and have training partners, come and go and whatever, but I've never followed a program. I've never had somebody reach out and program me. I've never followed a program. I've just been coached. I've been self-taught and self-coached my entire career. And that's worked out pretty well. Oh, hi, Gramp. Well, my Grampy's on here. How's it going? Love you too, Grampy. We'll be home in a couple weeks. I'll make sure I call before we come up, obviously, but we'll be home in a couple weeks. But after the Arnold, the Arnold's going to be fucking lit. I love going to the Arnold. I've been going to the Arnold since 2009, maybe 2010. And I've loved it every fucking time. 2020 was obviously totally fucked up because everything got real fucking stupid. There was no Arnold in 21. This 2022 was great. I loved it. The crowds were less, but this year we're hoping that the crowds come back since we think all restrictions have been lifted. There should be no problems, but we'll see. But the whole Anderson team is going to be not in a hotel. It's going to be in an Airbnb, a giant fucking Columbus mansion with like 8 or 9 rooms that are all their individual suites. So it's going to be a lot more casual than previous Arnolds and cheaper. And then the booth size has been reduced from 3 spots to 2. That's cheaper. The amount of athletes that Kevin is flying in has been reduced. That's also cheaper. No team dinner. Just like a casual, hey, let's order some fucking pizzas at the Airbnb. That's cheaper. So it should be a good Arnold. I'm really looking forward to it. Matt says, I've used every night for almost a year now. The only exception is when I realized I forgot it at home when we got to West Virginia. Oh, dude. I went to Rob Farrell's gym, and I've been there twice, but I went there in October, I think. And I got to the house, and I realized I had the entire everything, all my hoses, everything, but I did not have my nose pillow. And I was like, fuck. I was thinking about like putting the hose on my nose and like putting tape around it, like trying to make a seal. Didn't work. Went to all CVS down the road, Walgreens. Nobody had anything. So I didn't sleep. So the Friday we got there, the next Saturday, the next morning we were benching, and I didn't fucking sleep. I didn't sleep. I stayed up all fucking night. I was talking to one kid who was considering joining the Marines. So I was like, oh, well, okay, let's talk about this shit. So I was trying to convince him not to do it. He was texting me like a week ago that he was like on the plane, like headed to San Diego because he's like, oh, I'm scared shitless. I'm like, I told you, good luck, can't turn around now. But and then Saturday, and then I benched. I had a good bench day anyway, with no sleep. I think I passed out from pure exhaustion and got like 2 hours. Still benched really fucking well. Had a great day. And then the next night, we stayed one more night. We left Sunday. Rob comes downstairs and goes, "Hey, bro, you good?" I'm like, "Oh man, there's no stores right here have CPAP parts." He goes, "I got boxes of CPAP shit upstairs." I'm like, "Fuck!" So he brought down brand new parts and like pieces for me, and I'm like, I did not know. I wasn't about to come upstairs and intrude and ask you, because I didn't even know you fucking had one. He's, "Oh yeah, bro, I got tons of shit. Here, you can have as much as you want." So for next time, I will, I know for next time. Let's see. Cody Plum, you're funny, dude. Paul Wallace. Lack of good sleep is the leading cause of low testosterone in men. Makes a huge difference when you get good sleep. Sleep is the fucking answer to the test, I'm telling you. Oh man, I love sleep. Yeah, Matt, that was crazy. I was fucking pissed out of my mind. We drove 6 hours to get to Rob's, and I forgot one piece. Just little nose. That's the smallest piece on the machine. My little nose pillows. I don't use the mask or anything. I use the nose pillows that go up the nostrils. I forgot it. I had cleaned it the night before. Left it on the shelf. It's sitting right over here. And I didn't fucking sleep that night. I slept 2 hours at most. YouTube. Let's see. Marshall Lore. What's the point in using a bench shirt? Is it safer? Yes. And what's the point? Because I want to. Let's see. It's also its own division. So, you're not competing against raw guys. You're competing against other equipped guys. CJ Morgani, what's up, bud? Do you think you'll always lift competitively, or do you see yourself retiring from competition one day? I will probably retire from competition someday. Can't tell you when. No idea. Need to hydrate again. Give me a second. I will always be involved in the sport. If I do the Louis Simmons thing and just like have my own spot someday, train people, whatever. Oh, Jay Rupo's on here. What's up, John? But yeah, someday I'll retire. I have no timeline on that. I'm expecting to be hyper competitive at least for the next 10 years. And obviously in my 40s, I'll probably start, a slow decline. So, we'll see. But I don't want to retire from competition, but someday I might have to. But I will always be involved. I was just talking about on my Patreon the other night that I absolutely love training. Like, training is one of my favorite fucking things in the world to do. So as long as I can still train and still lift, I'll be happy. If I can't compete, but I can still train, then I got nothing to lose. You know what I mean? Let's see. Jared Boback says, when you benching 14? That was the goal this past weekend. I had things happen that I couldn't control. So I'm trying to pick a meet in like early summer. I need to train for a little while. I'm going to do the Arnold here in 3 weeks. And then I need a good 3 or 4 months to just train. So I'm looking for a meet in like June or July to go for 1400, hopefully 1400 plus. Thomas, I know you love space stuff. How do you feel about the fourth UFO being shot down? I didn't know there was a first, second, or third. I've been paying more attention to the SpaceX, and they just did their 30. Well, there was supposed to be 33 engine static fire. It turned out to be 31 because one engine shut down when it started, and then another engine shut down like partway through the static fire test. So they fired 31 engines, which is the last step before they do their first orbital launch of the SpaceX Starship Super Heavy. Super Heavy, the booster in the ship. Let's see. Matt says, I don't know if I'd say you'll see a decline in your 40s. Okay. In equipped lifting, that's when a lot of lifters hit their peak. See, I've been told that your 30s is when you peak. You don't think I'll have a decline? Like Donnie and Vogel, for example. Yeah, Donnie didn't total 3,000 pounds till he was like 46. I guess that's a good point. Cool. All right. Well, I appreciate the the enthusiasm. I don't want to slow down. Well, we'll see. Nick Massengale 75 says, what does your recovery look like after a super heavy bench comp? I know you typically take a heavy weight year round, but is comp recovery different? Apparently it is, because I went in yesterday to bench and 800 felt like 1,300. So I had to stop at 825. And I was like, guys, what the fuck? I thought 2 weeks of rest would be good. I didn't realize it had only been 1 week. I thought it was 2 weeks. So that 1350 comp lift took more than I wanted to admit out of me. Burping, guys, sorry. So yeah, for a comp lift of that magnitude, I need like a whole week of like just kind of, just la-di-da, kind of normal, not really going crazy lifting. So by next Saturday, I'll be like back to normal. So like 2 weeks is probably a sufficient amount of time. So, Matt says, speaking of space stuff, there's a show on Apple TV coming out next Friday I found out about today that looks right up your alley called Hello Tomorrow. Well, I will screenshot that because I will forget. Cool. Thank you, Matt. I just screenshotted that. Apple TV. Cool. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thomas. Well, I'm also missing the third, but I've just read news about the fourth. First was taken down in Alaska, seems like. Second one showed up in China. Ooh. This is news to me. I've not been, I guess I'm out of touch. I have been laser focused on SpaceX and Boca Chica Beach in Texas, waiting for that first orbital launch of the Starship Super Heavy. God damn it. The last time a Starship prototype went up and came for a suborbital flight and came down and landed vertically, it's been like a year and a half. And ever since then, nothing has gone up. They've just been refurbishing and building Starbase Texas and doing prototyping, and just nothing's flown for like a year and a half. So I am impatiently waiting for that orbital test flight. Things are going along great. Last week, they did the full wet dress rehearsal of the booster and the ship. And then just like 2 days ago, they did the static fire of all 33 engines. So now the next step is the orbital flight. And then, Terry Ferguson. What's up, man? Bill Gillespie stayed competitive up to 62. You can too. He did. He fucking did, didn't he? Bill's a nice guy. I've known Bill a long time. He actually came to our gym. So yeah, Terry, you're right. Good point, man. Good point. Let's see. Okay. Sucks that the right side of the barbell missed the rack. I don't remember that part, but a lot of people on my post are thinking you failed because they had to get it over the rack. No, once you are locked out and you get that rack call, the lift is over. Once you get the rack call, he actually said rack twice. And in the video on YouTube, I actually zoomed in and you see him go, rack. He said rack twice because I held it there. So yeah, once he says rack, you're done. You got the lift at that point. Oh, Lindsay. Oh, 1350 lift was an incredible event to witness. Fucking amazing. Well, congrats on your meet there. That's awesome. You did full power. That's fantastic. Get the full meet experience. I agree with the previous person regarding the age in your 40s. I can honestly see your bench progress tremendously if you decide to mentally program your bench press maxes. Okay, that's great. I appreciate that. I appreciate the encouragement. I want to do this shit for a long time. Recently tore my ACL squatting and taking some time to focus on my bench and upper body through recovery. I know my coach is in this live video also. Any tips for us? Man, train as heavy as you can, as often as you can. Go equipped if you want to go that route. Going raw is a little bit risky. Keep your calories high. Triceps, upper back. That's how a big bench is built. Row, shrug, occasionally pull downs, lots of rows per what you can do with your leg. Triceps, not just heavy, but like triceps for high reps, triceps for low reps. Board work, floor press work. I could go on for days, but if you want something more specific, just DM me and I'll talk to you about it. Matt says, Donnie, Chuck, Bill Gillespie, Meeker, just a few off my head that hit their biggest lifts in their 40s. Oh, well, more fuel to the fire, I guess. Cool. Fantastic. Age doesn't matter, Paul says. Only difference is managing your work and making sure you get recovery. I'm 58 and still making PRs. You are making PRs. You and Pat both. And Pat just turned 50. So you and Pat are both doing good things in your 50s. Motherfucker. I love that shit. That's great. Let's see. Junior Enrique says, Are you competing at the Arnold, or is it going to be like last year with the events you held? With the events you held. Oh, you mean like the bench demonstration? Okay, yeah. We're not doing the bench demonstrations. We have a reduced size of our booth. No bench. We're just gonna support the company and do sell product. And I'm actually competing at the Last Man Standing at the Arnold, which is the Sunday of the Arnold, starting at noon. I'm actually gonna be up on that stage doing an actual event. Travis McKinney was on here. I'm assuming 1400 is the next goal. It's the current goal. I just couldn't get it this last time. Or are you just planning on breaking PRs as you come, i.e. 1360? No, fuck that. Going 1400. I'm not doing 1355, 1360, 13. No, it's 14. Like, I might even just open at 1400 at the next meet and just fucking get it over with. Because it's there. I just got to have good circumstances. It's there. And Steve Brock is another first man over 50 to squat 1100. Fuck, that's incredible. I think he's referring to the AMRAPs. AMRAP. Oh yeah, that's right. The AMRAPs with 405, 225. Yeah, no, there's no bench at the Arnold this year. No bench in our booth. No weights, no barbell. We just have our booth with product, Anderson Powerlifting, athletes, TV that's running on a loop that I made myself. I did the footage myself. So yeah, there's no AMRAP stuff at all. No demos. But a few, me and Rich Putnam. I think we're the only two Anderson athletes doing the Last Man Standing, I think. Pretty sure. But we're doing the Last Man Standing on Sunday. Justin Jafari, what's up, bud? How we doing? Oh, my wallet just fell in my fucking cup. God damn it, son of a bitch. Ugh. No harm done. No harm done. Got my glass of water down. My wallet fell into it. Let's see here. How was training? Training's fucking awesome, bro. Saturday kind of sucked, 7 days post competition, but today was lit. We did lower body, me and Chris and Zach. Jesus Christ. It was a rough day. I stepped over something in my living room. I had a Charlie horse. So, yeah, I'm going to be hurting for a couple days. Nick says, what weight does it take to touch in your different shirts? It depends. I can touch, well, in poly, I can't touch anything less than like 1,050 in a katana. In a single ply F8, I can touch 700. The lightest I've touched in a 2-ply F8 is 1140, which I did at the WPO bench bash. I've touched 1200 in a triple ply F8. I've also touched, the lightest I've touched in a 4-ply was 1214, but I was at a much lighter body weight. I'm sick, but I'm trying, Justin says. Cool, yeah. Abolish the USAPL. Yeah, bro, right there. I wanted to use our screen print and do in parentheses right here and the USPA. Just never got around to it. So Tim says Last Man Standing in a single ply. I've got a single ply F8 I'm going to use for the majority of my attempts, and then if I have to, I can go up a shirt, and if it comes to that time getting heavier. Travis says, any thoughts about hosting your own meet, such as a Kolb Strong Classic bench press hosted by Anderson Powerlifting? Make a bench-only meet with production like the American Pro style. We've talked about it sparsely, me and Katie. Not for a while. Probably not for a while, because there's just so many meets anyway. There's Mendy's got the Mendy Classic, and it just I don't want it to seem like overdone. You know what I mean? For now, I'm just a competitor. I'm not going to host it. We host like fundraiser events, like our deadlift disco and AMRAP April for like the scholarship and stuff. But like as far as hosting an actual like Kolb Strong, like Anderson Powerlifting sponsored meet, probably not going to happen for a while. Not for a while. And CJ Morgani on YouTube says, Steve Goggins is another guy that did well in his late 30s and 40s. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it, everybody. Thank you. I have faith now that yeah, my 40s will be good. And Don Stiegel says, sorry for all the shirt questions. No, you're cool. But one more quick one. Do you like to have the sleeves pulled up as far as you can towards the armpits? You'd like it down near the elbows. It depends. If you're trying to touch a lighter weight, up in the armpits. If you're trying to handle heavier loads, down towards the elbow. That's how you would adjust them. It just depends on what the goal is, what the weight is, and what you're trying to accomplish. Let's see. You should go for the ultimate goal to go after Lonnie Dickinson's record 600 raw with over 50. Lonnie Dickinson. I know that name. Lonnie Dickinson. I have to look that up. I don't know. Oh, Anna's on here. Me and Joe say hello. Well, I say hello back to you, Anna and Joe. Thanks for joining my live. I go live every Sunday at 8. So on Instagram and YouTube. And Taylor just hopped on here. Taylor, how'd the squats go? How'd your training go? So we were just pulling out. I was at the gym for 4.5 fucking hours today. It was a long day. Jesus Christ. I haven't done lower body this serious in a long time, and I'm really enjoying it. It's kind of cool. Oh, it went well? Super duper. Okay. Oh, you fuck you, Taylor, and your look at this asshole. Anyhow, but yeah, so like I was saying before, after this Arnold meet, I have no plans. I have no meets planned. I was thinking about doing the one IPA meet in June over in Tennessee or Kentucky, probably Tennessee. But talking to the guys who are running it are saying, like, we'll try to get enough weight for you, like enough weight in kilos. We'll be using a Dynabody bench. I'm like, I can't do a Dynabody bench. We had so much trouble with it this last meet. Like, it's not going to work. I can't have a Dynabody bench. I like their benches, but that Forza style cross beam underneath the pad plagued me and my guys the entire competition. They had to hand out my last warm-up, 11:55. They had to hand that out to me twice. My opener of 12:50, they had to hand out to me twice. I can't. I have to have a walk-through spotter platform. Not trying to be too picky. It's just for that much weight, we have to have specific circumstances. So I think I'm going to pass that one up. I don't want them to have to scramble and try to get enough weight for me. I'd rather just go somewhere where it's already like a facilitated thing, and not ask like, well, I need this and I need that. Like, it's just, I'll go somewhere where all those things are already in place. God, my fucking nose, man. Jesus Christ. Itching this entire fucking time. Taylor says, I used the bow bar and it moved good. Great. Super duper. Wish I was there to see it. You got to take videos and stuff so we can watch. Travis McKinney, to my understanding, since I started watching this feed, the individuals listed who hit big numbers in their late 40s and 50s are all untested competitors. Something to remember for longevity. I know. I don't know. I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed to it. I'm not fucking opposed to it at all. I don't know. I'm just not there yet. We'll just have to see how the years come at me. If it starts to wear me down, then maybe I'll go that route. But for now, I'm just gonna not. CJ Morgani on YouTube says, kind of off topic, but what sparked your interest in the whole space thing? I've been intrigued with space stuff my entire fucking life. I remember being a kid I was born in Montana, and I remember being home when my parents were still together, and in my room at night we had like the glow in the dark stars and planets on my ceiling. I could just like watch. I could just see the planets all night. So it's been an interest of mine, like literally since I was a fucking kid. Oh, hi from France. How you doing? How are you? I'm good. Hope you're good as well. For when did you play on the 700 kilogram bench? We just conquered 600 kilos. 700. I don't know if that'll. I don't know. That's a lot of fucking weight. That's like 1550 or something. What's your favorite federation to compete in? IPA. Next to that might be like APF or RPS, but IPA is leading the way in terms of like keeping up with the times. Advanced bench bars, allowing the right equipment, allowing 14-inch wide bench pads finally got legalized in the IPA. Fuck yeah, it's a big win for us and a big win for Donnie Thompson. Hell yeah. Probably got boogies hiding in there. No, I'm just it like my nose, like my actual nose is like been itching this whole. As soon as I start going live, I start getting itchy, and I've been rubbing my nose this whole fucking time. It's irritating as hell. I was fine until I sat down to do this. Now it's bugging the hell out of me. Christ. Thomas says, if I can get my hands on a worked-in single-ply katana, what size do you think I should aim for? Regarding that, I'm fit in that large supercharged RAM just fine. When I measure it myself, the chart says 46 comp to 50 regular. If it's a worked-in one, so I'd say a 48 would be a good starting point for you. Try to find a 48. That'd probably be good. Matt says, I've never used one, but I know that Invictus benches that David Shirley makes are almost identical to a Dynabody, but with the bar that runs all the way across like the Dynabody benches without the bar that runs all the way across like a Dynabody bench. Okay. I know the Elite FTS benches also have walk-through spotter platforms. It just so happens that the Forzas and the Dynabodies have that cross beam. It was a pain in the ass. Let's see. 700 kilos is actually 1,543.23 pounds. Yeah, that's a lot. Most effective tricep exercise for long arm bench pressers. Same as short limb bench pressers. I think you should be doing a metric shitload of reverse grip bench. I also am a big fan of like single arm pulley extensions, like really fucking heavy, and barbell floor extensions with the bar on the floor behind my head and extend and then lay it on the floor, dead stop, so that you're not getting momentum like you can with like if you're doing like a normal extension to the nose or the face or the neck or something, you can like get some momentum out of the bottom. But just like breaking up the eccentric concentric chain, like a box squat or a deadlift or a board press sometimes even, when you stop the bar dead on the floor, you can only perform the movement by using nothing but pure muscular contraction. There is no momentum. It's like the deadlift of tricep movements. So those three I suggest: reverse grip bench, dead stop floor extensions, and single arm pulley push downs. And yeah, CJ, the Elite FTS bench would be fantastic. Again, in the IPA with a 14-inch wide pad, walk through spotter platforms, safety spotter body savers, obviously, and then and then like kilo plates and F8 bench bars and stuff. Let's see. The Elite benches are hard to beat. They're like double the price of a Dynabody, though, unfortunately. Yes, they are. Ooh, boy, they are expensive. I mean, the quality is there, the craftsmanship is there, but fuck, they're expensive. Holy shit. Travis says, I'm sure you do as well. However, if you were interested in designing or contributing to the design for a custom bench, I have a buddy who is well-known fabricator in the powerlifting industry. It would be a great partnership for you to get a bench to your ideals and great advertising for him. He gets a lot of business too. Cool. Just DM me, Travis, the information just so I can kind of check it out and see what's going on. Jonathan Curry is a fabricator, and he started making his like juggernaut, like super massive giant bench. He made one for Mendy. He offered to make me one just for the cost of materials, just like the cost of the steel or the iron, whatever he uses. Still came out to be like $2,500, $3,000. I'm like, I don't have that, and I can't ask my gym owner to buy such a massive, heavy piece just to fit. Like anybody can use it, but like just to fit my needs. Yeah. So I had to pass that up. But yeah, send me the information. Let's see. When using a banjo, do you tuck in your elbow as much as you do in a poly? Yes, I do. How different of a movement pattern do you think it is between the two? Not much. I copied my single ply katana technique and just applied it to the band shirts. So there's like literally almost no difference at all. None at all. I don't know how good those are, but those benches look like they're from another planet. Yeah, I mean I think they weigh like, if you're talking about the Jonathan Curry bench, I think it's like, that's who I'm talking about. Oh, you're talking about Jonathan Curry. Yeah. I talk with John Curry fairly regularly. I've spitball ideas for some of his designs. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's ironic as fuck. I talk to him almost, I'd say we probably shoot messages back and forth once a week, maybe once every couple of weeks. Yeah. Very familiar. I'm not sure. I think I met him in Dallas. I was at a meet. I was at a Anderson booth in Dallas here about a month or two ago, and some guy walked up. He was covered in tattoos, but he had no beard. And he brought up two guys to meet me, and he said, "Hi, I'm John." I'm like, "Oh, good to meet you, John." But he didn't look like, because John Curry always had his beard. And then I was like, "Oh, John, okay, he looks familiar, but John Curry has like a beard, but like they both have tattoos." And then after he shook my hand, he kind of walked away. I was like, I think that was John Curry. I'm not sure if it was or not. I still to this day feel kind of bad because he just introduced himself as John, not like, I'm Jonathan Curry. But I think he shaved his beard and that threw me off. I'm not sure if it was him or not. I feel really bad about it. But I wanted to mention real quick, somebody on my last live last week, I was talking about my callus problem on my palms and how it's so goddamn thick and painful and it's distracting and I cannot get it to go away. And someone suggested to me these things called Cali sticks. So I bought two of them. These are Cali Cure sticks right there. I bought two of these things. And now that I've read the directions, one is supposed to last up to 12 months with regular weekly use. But in reality, all this shit is, let me get it out of here for a sec. I've taken off so many layers of callus on my palms that it's supple again. I can move it. I can actually I can actually have my hand have some function. These things are really fucking nice. It's literally just it's a fucking stick with goddamn sandpaper glued to it. That's what it feels like. Keep dropping the damn thing. Bear Complex, Cali Cure, the king of hand care. And so there you go. Cali sticks. I bought two of them. Recommendation from somebody on my live last week. Whoever you were, thank you very much, because that literally took care of the problem. So Cali sticks, Cali Cure. Thank you for the recommendation. Super duper. Wanted to mention that. What we got here? I gotta catch up. Sorry guys. Let's see. Travis McKinney says there's a few products coming out in the next few weeks or months that I gave him some ideas with. Cool. At least one item that's out now I gave some suggestions for. He's a solid guy and I recommend him. Yeah, I've had good conversations with John many times. He's never strung me the wrong way. I like him. I talk to him all the time. I think he's a good dude. So and his work, I mean, he works, he fabricates. Like, look at that shit. That bench, like, would I like to have that bench in the gym? Absolutely. But can we afford a $3,000 bench? No. If I could, I mean, I wouldn't even ask my gym owner, Joe Strada, to buy it. I would just buy it myself and bring it in. Like, here's a donation for you, you know. But it's such a big, heavy piece. And it's so expensive. As much as I would love to have one in our gym right now, but it's a little out of the price range. His benches honestly look as solid as the ones Crawford used to make, or he may still make them. I don't really know. Yeah, it looks like a fucking transformer. Like it's the body savers have like 3 pillars holding them up. Like you look like you could drop 1,400 pounds from 5 feet above it and it wouldn't even budge. Like it's just, they look like it's designed for big benches. Like that bench looks like a bench designed for big benches. Joe Morgana on YouTube says a major reason I've been getting into welding fabrication is the price of equipment. Yeah, it's outrageous. And he was real kind. He was real generous. He said, I gotta charge you at least. He wanted to make it without making a profit. Like he would make me one without making a profit. He just had to charge me the cost of materials. And he was going to make one for me. But again, the cost of steel right now is high. So the cost of the bench was going to be very, very high. Let's see. I know you mentioned it a couple of live streams back, but when do you plan on doing a full power again? I don't have a timeline for that. I'm betting probably in a year to a year and a half is when I want to make my debut return to full power. I'm currently training for it as we speak. Sundays are full power days: squat, deadlift, hamstring, glutes, all that shit, sled dragging. I've been doing that for the last 4 weeks. Now, not last week, we had that competition, but 4 total weeks in the last 5 weeks, I've been transitioning back into training for full power. I actually am enjoying it though. It's pretty fun, especially when you got a group of guys who wants to do it and guys who can like tell you what you're doing wrong and give you guidance. It's pretty fun. So yeah, about a year and a half, I'd say. Year to a year and a half. 48, got ya. Do I have to pay attention to it being straight sleeve versus angled sleeve or normal super katana versus low cut? Don't get a low cut. Do not get the low cut, the LCC. Fuck that. Get a normal super katana. You bench with an arch. So you need a 48 angled sleeve regular super katana. Straight sleeve is meant for somebody who benches super flat. You bench with an arch, so you need angled sleeve. Junior says, yeah, man, Jonathan's a really cool dude. Any interactions I've had with him have been really positive. Yeah. I've got nothing but good things to say about John. He's not done anything that I'd say that like, oh, no, I don't like him. Or no, he's always been real nice and always has something positive to say. That's awesome. A typical bench will have face savers. John's benches have actual safeties. I don't know why that isn't the standard. I don't fucking know why that's not the standard. It's intolerable. I know we all go to meets and sign the little waivers that say if I get hurt, it's not your fault. But I think if I had this happen on my live once. Someone said, if you were the CEO of powerlifting, not that there is such a thing, what was one major thing you would change about the sport? I would make it mandatory. Not even a question. It would be mandatory that all competitive benches, warm-up area, or on the platform must have body savers, and they must be adjusted for every single lifter. So when you go up to give your rack heights to like the table, you go, okay, my monolift height is pin 18, arms out. My bench rack height is 2 holes showing, and my bench safety height is 3 holes showing, so that they're actually being moved up and down to actually save the lifter in the case of an emergency. If something bad happens, I would make that fucking mandatory. I know we sign waivers that waive the liability, whatever, but as a meet director, you should give a fuck enough about the lifters to keep them safe. So that's why I won't do any SPF meets, because their benches do not have body savers on them. There's even a diagonal bar from the upright to the safety to redirect the bar from your face. Yes. The RPS meets I've been to that are of Amy Richlack's, Jean's benches have that angle piece. So you got the body saver that comes out plus the angled piece at the back, so that if it came towards your face, it would roll to the front. Yeah, I've seen that. Let's see. Cool. X-ray. William says to X-ray his welds. Yeah, it looks solid. I've not seen one in person, but from what I've seen and heard, and he's talked to me about it, I mean, Sounds good. I mean, I have to see one. I want to get on one. I really wish we had one, but again, the price is a little bit high. IPA, I tried to have them every meet. Yeah, every IPA meet I've been to, I've seen them. Bad Spencer, the one in Dallas, York has them. They actually implemented them when I called ahead back in 2020. I said, hey, I want to come to your meet. I've never been to York Barbell before. Does your bench have body savers? They're like, no, but we will get some. And they were there. Awesome. I would even go one step further and have like hydraulic system or even a forklift in place to pull the safety straps up and take the weight off the lifter in case of an emergency fuck up. Yeah, I mean, you're getting into some complicated shit, but I mean, we don't know where the sport will go in the next, 20, 30 years. Maybe that'll be a thing. I don't know. Someone had the idea too to have like straps around the bar that will automatically like follow the bar up and down. And if the lifter like happens to like lose the lift or dump the bar, the straps would just like whoop, like catch the weight out of midair or something like that. And that's pretty complicated. Matt, we're not having any meets without safeties here. Yeah. I mean, again, if you choose not to have them on your bench, that's not mandatory. There's no rules to say you have to have them. But, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, ethically, I think there is, but like I won't go to a meet unless they're there. That's my rule. That's our rule. Me and Katie's. I will not go to a company. I won't even. I had a meet over here in the eastern part of Virginia, over in Virginia Beach area. I called ahead. It was an SPF meet, and I didn't know any better. It was like 3 years ago. I didn't know any better, but I called and the lady said, oh yeah, we have this bench. And I said, what kind of bench are you using? What kind of bar are you using? Are you using pounds, kilos? And they said, well, we're using a 45-pound power bar. I'm like, oh God. Well, first I said, what kind of bench? So we're using an ER rack bench. I said, oh, what? We're using a monolift and an ER rack for bench. I'm like, why in the fuck are you doing that? Why? I convinced them to swap out the bench for something else. Fine. And I said, what kind of bar are you using? He's like, 45-pound power bar. I'm like, I hadn't benched 1,000 pounds yet. I was trying to bench my first 1,000 pounds. So I said, hey, if I bring my saber-tooth bar, my 55-pound bench saber-tooth bar, I will let the entire meet, every competitor can use it. Like, I'm trying to bench 1,000 pounds. I'd love to do it in your fed. Can I bring my bar? And she said, no, because it might mess with our smaller lifters' hands. I was like, okay, I'm just going to go somewhere else. Went to the IPA, benched 1,000 pounds. So I will not compete without safety. Sorry. What gear are you using for squats and deads? I'm not using any gear for deads. I am only using single-ply Centurion briefs for squats as we speak. I don't have a suit. I don't have multi-ply briefs. I am only squatting in single-ply briefs. Travis says, I wish the USPA powerlifting would watch the video and read these comments. These are some of the reasons why people left. Unfortunately, USAPL is the only fed in my state. Ugh. That's why I travel. Me too. Virginia is ruled by USPA, USAPL. So that's why I have to travel outside the state in order to compete. I think I originally told you about that meet. Oh, okay. I think you did. Now that I remember, it jogs my memory. Yeah, having a counter system in place, Thomas, that's exactly what I was thinking. But that's getting into some really complicated shit and probably like software and hardware to make that happen. That's very complicated. Cool. I think we're caught up. Almost caught up. Oh, Marlon, what's up, bud? Old buddy from Germany doing some big weights over there, too. How's it going over in Deutschland? Hope you're doing well, man. Supplements? Question mark. Love the content. Cool. Thank you. Supplements. I use Weight Gainer. A lot of Weight Gainer. I switch brands sometimes. Sometimes I use the MHP Triple XL 1350 Weight Gainer. That's such a high dense weight gainer. I drink it and I have to sit. I have to drink it and sit still for like 20 minutes. If I drink that shit and walk around, I'll start getting dizzy and getting sick. That's how high dense that weight gainer is. I have to like make the shake, sit down, turn the TV on, drink it, and sit there for like 20 or 30 minutes because it'll make me sick. BSN has really good weight gainer. True Mass is a fantastic weight gainer that does not fuck me up like the MHP stuff does. I've done creatine monohydrate. I actually want to. I've been off of it for about 3 months. I want to start it back up. So I'm going to start doing creatine, which I have like 3 weeks before the Arnold, so I should be able to get some creatine in my system. The All Max brand, just whatever. Creatine is creatine. Vitamin D3, actually. Sodium. Oh, fuck. LMNT packets. Dave Tate's sponsored by them. Get some Element. Stay salty. Occasionally, if I don't want to drink a weight gain shake, I'll have like just a whey protein. That's it. But weight gainer is huge. Once I said, fuck protein, just pay attention to calories, weight started going up. Oops, sorry, guys. Let's see. Raw benching ever in your program? Not really. Let's see. Is it still ruled so heavily by USPA, USAPL? Yeah, that's the only two feds in this entire fucking state. And then Brand says, where do you train? You're in Hanover. We're in Northern Virginia. We're in Nova. Manassas Park. Unleashed. So on Unleash, apostrophe D, strength. In Manassas Park, Virginia. It's the northern part. We're in Prince William County, or is it Fairfax? I forget which one it is. It's one of those two counties. That's where we're at. Inside of recent events. Yeah, they're still here. Trust me, they're still fucking here. He says, USPA Virginia, where I compete, will be dead after March 11th. Good. Fuck them. I don't care. Good. I hope they're dead. Fuck that Fed. Let's see. And Marlon says, I'm fine, thanks. Cool. All good over here in the States. It's cold over here. It got cold today. It started raining last night. It's been raining all day today. It's actually down in the 30s, so I'm hoping it doesn't fucking freeze. But yeah, it was in the 70s. It was 75 degrees 3 days ago. Now it's down to 30. So Ohio weather made its way down to Virginia. Texas body tempering. Wondering, do you ever try with a fat bar, as in 2-inch diameter bar? I don't. It's been recommended to me to do that. I've never done it. I've been told that it's great for the triceps, easier on the shoulders. Thomas Shepard from Elite FTS, I met him and Naomi when I went to do the Table Talk podcast. And he said that axle bars being wider put less internal rotation on the shoulders and are better for triceps. So I'm thinking about doing it. I just haven't done it yet. Let's see. And then Matt says, we're in Virginia officially as of April 29th. Fuck yeah. Cool. And then Brand says, okay, cool. I've competed at the shop. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you've competed at the shop. Yeah. Ugh. Big fan of you from India. Well, welcome aboard. Thanks for hopping on here. Avery Dawson's on here. Hey, what's up, Avery? Cool. I'm caught up. Finally. God damn. I like to try to get as much questions answered as possible. I don't like to skip too many. So I apologize. I'm caught up now. Sweet. Good to go. But as I mentioned, yeah, I'm not competing for a while. I don't know what to do. It's harder for me to research feds or competitions and stuff. I used to just hop on powerliftingwatch.com. Y'all remember that shit? I think it's still a thing. It's just not as like people aren't on there as much because of social media and stuff. But that was my one go-to source of information was powerliftingwatch.com. And I've been on there for a very, very, very long time. But I don't know. I know Rob Farrell is hosting his IPA Strength Spectacular like in the summer sometime, maybe early fall. I'm definitely going to that one. But yeah, I don't know. I gotta find a meet. To do. Big Rob is making a new batch of them as we speak. They weigh in at 80 pounds. What are you talking about? fat bars. Gotcha. 80-pound fat bars. Got it. So those are like solid steel. They're not hollow, it sounds like. Those are fucking hefty. We have one. Dean bought an 80-pound axle bar, and it's humblingly fucking heavy. Matt says, speaking of which, a couple of your crew signed up for April. That should be Taylor and Paul. You want to bench that Friday night if I'm not dead after setting everything up for the venue? Maybe. I'll think about it. I'll bring my shit just in case, but I might just hang out and eat food and hang out with Taylor and Brian and Cam. We'll see. You should check out Iron Built in Ashland, VA. Ray Williams just became an owner. Oh, very cool. In Ashland. Where the fuck is Ashland from here? That's not far from here. I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. If it's a gym full of combo racks and stuff like that, very, raw oriented, I might not have a good time. So I might have to stay where I'm at. I'm giving it a maybe too. Matt says, yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's the drive, and then I might just hang out and eat food and then go home. We'll see. I'll keep in touch with you about that. Travis says, suggestion. Okay, cool. I love suggestions. During my off season, I try to build up a lift that carries over to a comp lift, but isn't a comp lift. Currently, I'm focusing on raw RGBP, reverse grip bench. Cool. Historically, it's been decline rollbacks or skull crushers. I've spent an off season working on my hamstring curl, good mornings, dumbbell presses, etc. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing right now for like my full power day or return to full power debut. I'm doing all the things I've never done in my entire fucking life. The RDLs, the sumo RDLs, the good mornings, the safety squat bar. We did safety squat bar box squats today. What the? I've never done that in my whole fucking life. I've also been very quad dominant my whole life as well. And I'm just now learning at 32 fucking years old how to properly engage and I know you know all about this because you're a full power WPO competitor, second place this year, by the way. So that's awesome. But I've never understood how to engage the hamstrings, glutes, lower back. I've always squatted with even when I squatted wide, I was still using quadriceps. So I'm just now learning how to engage those muscles. So it's a process. These last 4 weeks, these last 4 training sessions in these last 5 weeks have been very, very positive in terms of like learning how to do that shit. I'm not engaging with the quads as much. And because when I would engage with quads with too much weight, they would cramp. I'm like, oh shit, I better back off because I'm using quads and I need to be using this shit back here. So yeah, I think that's a good idea. I'm hoping if I get a Charlie horse, I'm fucked because I got all this shit right in front of me. So I had to move my leg and I didn't want to, I almost had a Charlie horse. Come on. Let's see. Marlon, he says, would you show a full day of eating on Patreon? Damn it. We've tried to do that like a dozen times and it never works out because I'll forget to record something or I'm going to a restaurant or a drive-thru on my own. I'm trying to like record it, and I'm like, oh, this is what I'm eating right now. I'm in the drive-thru and it looks fucking stupid. So we're trying to do that, Marlon. It just hasn't lined up yet. I'm trying really hard. Let's see. Thomas. Oh, Ashland. Cool. Oh yeah, thank you. Ashland is like an hour and a half by car from Manassas, it seems. Thank you for looking that up, by the way. It seems to be 10 to 15 miles north of Richmond. Oh, so we're up here. We have to go down. Ashland, I thought that was like above us. Thank you. Okay, it's okay, cool. North of Richmond. Cool. Yeah, I think I've been to Lynchburg, which is towards Richmond and then like southwest, I think. So, okay, I know the area now. Good to go. See, GJ Morgani. Who's the better bencher in your opinion, Shauna or Scott? Oh shit. Well, I'll do it the strategic way. Let's see. They both have all-time world records or have set all-time world records. I don't think Scott has any that still remain. I think they've all been broken. They both have successful lifts, successful meets. Shauna does full power too. I don't think Scott ever did. So there's like a win for her in my, in one sense. Scott owned the heaviest raw and equipped lift at the same time, but that's not something that Sean has done. They're both fucking great. I can't pick one or the other. I love them both to death. They're both funnier than hell. I can't. They're both fucking fantastic. Oh, what we got here? Travis says, if you want suggestions on transitioning to full power, feel free to reach out. God damn it. I'm usually very good at explaining these things if there's a specific issue. Okay, cool. Thank you. I will reach out to you. I appreciate that. Oh, Jividen, no shit. Jividen Power, thank you for the super chat. You're number one, he says. Oh, man. You're my second super chat in my entire YouTube career, man. Oh, appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, Chris. I didn't know you were on here, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. You didn't have to do that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat. Chris Jividen, I didn't even know he was on here. And yeah, Kama says, yep, you have to go south from where you're at. Okay, south. Got it. If you're coming north, going south towards Richmond, you basically have to pass by or through Ashland. Got it. Okay. Let's see. Frickin' Matt. Not frickin' Matt, just Matt. Sorry, bud. Let's see. I don't even know how someone trains to have the biggest raw and equipped bench at the same time. Well, that was the mindset at the time. He did them both at the same time. In interest of like higher raw bench transitions to higher equipped bench. That's just a different mindset of the time, and it worked for him, obviously. Let's see here. Cool, I'm caught up. Thank you again, Chris. All right, cool, guys. Yeah, I don't do the request to be in my video, bud. Sorry, dude. So yeah, again, I keep jumping back to the whole, where am I competing next? I definitely want to go. I did before I did this meet with Chris Jividen over here last weekend with the 1350. My last successful bench was in like June of 22. I benched 1,200 pounds at Rob Farrell's Strength Spectacular up in Erie, Pennsylvania. Kind of a crappy area, but the location was great. The fucking it was at the Erie Convention Center, literally right on the fucking lake. Really cool. If you were staying at the hotel right next door to the convention center, it was like $500 a night. Jesus. Which we did not stay there. You could literally like open your door or your window and just like piss right into the fucking lake. It's like it's smack dab on the water. Really cool. I wouldn't go up there now. It'd be fucking unbearably cold, I'm betting. But that's the last successful bench I had before this meet just last week. So yeah, dude. It's been a while. Let's see. Thomas says, imagine putting up an all-time world record squat. Oh, fucking damn it. Where'd it go? Yeah, squat, bench, deadlift, and total raw and equipped in the same weight classes. Would be something else. It would be. Avery Dawson, I'm planning on coming to the Arnold this year. Fantastic, bud. Are you lifting, and which day is the best to show up? I am lifting on Sunday at noon. So Sunday, I think that's what Tracy's coming over on Sunday. My mom, sister, brother, and nephew are all coming over on Sunday. So it's noon on Sunday. Let's see. I know Eric Stone, this is Travis of the APF Illinois, uses the Elite FTS comp bench, the $2,600 version. Keep that in mind if you want to go APF. Thank you. Marlon, will there be a live stream at the Arnold, and when will you compete there? So Sunday at noon. I highly doubt there's going to be a live stream. I really don't think so. It's one of those things like be there in person or don't, or if you happen to have somebody in the crowd live streaming, I don't. But otherwise, I don't think there'll be a live stream. Jividen says going full range reverse screens on Thursday. Fuck, dude, you gotta send me the videos. And yeah, dude, Chris, that squat, that $1,000 or 1,000 pound squat was yeah, that was intense. That I felt that through the fucking screen, bro. That was a good squat. 900, 950, and 1,000 pounds. Chris Dividend squatted in his gym, and that was one fuck of a workout, bro. That was awesome. Good shit. Oh, and Anna's okay. I didn't know if you and Joe were gonna make it over or not. I wasn't sure. Cool. All right. Awesome. Good to go. And then Chris says, "You got me pushing my limits, Jimmy." Well, I'm happy that the style of training that we were kind of working with got you to kind of get over your hump of your bench. That's fantastic. I'm glad to have helped. That's awesome. CJ Bose, besides competing, are you going to be at the Anderson booth? What day is at the Arnold? I will be at the Anderson booth all 3 days. Technically Thursday, because that's the vendor setup day. We're helping them set up the booth. So Thursday, which is irrelevant because they're not open, but Friday, Saturday, I'll be at the Anderson booth all day. I do have to go handle Denise. I have to go handle Rob's mom on the bench at the XPC finals, I think. If I'm not mistaken, yeah. I got to hand off to her on the bench. So I have to walk away from the booth to like eat or go help her on the bench. But I'll be there all day Friday, Saturday, and then I'll be there obviously part of Sunday. But I have to leave the booth at like probably 11 to go warm up for the competition at noon. And then I'll be in the booth after the competition's over. So yeah, hey, if y'all going to come to the Arnold, man, I'd love to meet you. Just stop by the Anderson booth. If I'm not there, I promise I'm still in the area. I probably have to go take a piss or get food or go hand off to somebody in the bench, but I will come back. I'll be there. I love going to the Arnold and working the booth all 3 days. That's one more reason why I've not done this last man standing before, is because it pulls me away from working the booth and giving back to Anderson, which is why I've never done it. I'm like, no, I need to be here. I need to work for Kevin. He does so much for us, so much for me. But he finally said, hey, just do it. Go have fun. You're good. Like, I understand. So I'm doing it. Junior says, did your body weight increase the closer you get to a meet day, or you try to stay the same weight all throughout prep? So my prep is very basic. I don't really prep for meets as much. I know I've said I have to prep for the Arnold, which is just like shirt stuff, but I maintain my weight throughout the entire training schedule up to a meet. I don't fluctuate. I don't go up and down. I go up in weight very, 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 very slowly over like a year. My body weight will increase. Right now, I am very, very comfortable and fine at 330-ish pounds. When I was training for a meet in November that I bombed out of, where I tried 1,400 pounds for the first time in a meet at York Barbell. And I did 13.25, 14.14, bombed out. I was 342. But here's the crazy part. I was 342 for that meet. And then in 1 week after the meet, I dropped 12 pounds to 330. So my actual weight was 330. I was just hanging on to everything I fucking could, like the hydration, the salt, the food, weight gainer. I was 342. I could barely fucking walk. I could barely hold myself up. I reached the point of diminishing return. Being that heavy, superficially anyway, did me no favors. It did nothing for me. So I dropped down to 330, waited at 326 for Dividend's meet, and benched 1350. So obviously being 340 plus at 5'5" was not good. Did nothing for me. But being 326 at my height is like perfect. Dividend, Chris says, Jimmy, was that your Jimmy Dean breakfast scramble in the fridge? Yes, it was. It was supposed to be mine. Katie had hers the day before. Hope you don't mind if we left a couple of food items behind. We didn't think they would go bad in the fridge. But yeah, it was supposed to be mine. I totally fucking forgot. I hope that we cleaned up to your liking and we tried to get all the trash out. And I forgot my fucking glasses, I know, and forgot the Jimmy Dean breakfast in the goddamn fridge. But I hope that we sufficed and made the place look good for you. I didn't want to leave it a mess. Yeah, real funny. Yeah, go ahead, dude. Yeah, you're not gonna ship it to me. Like, what? You can't send it in the mail or say, yeah, go ahead and eat it. Katie loved hers. She said it was fucking good. It was beautiful. Good. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I'm glad we did that for you. Thank you for what you did as well. That really helped. Like that made the trip possible because we had to spend money to like stay somewhere else. Would have really hampered our ability to make it. So thank you for what you did. It was just an unbelievable weekend. In and out of the gym or in and out of the meet. It was awesome. So I really appreciate that. Really do. Chris Jividen, everybody. First meet he ever hosted was this the Hillbilly Classic, right, in West Virginia. First time hosting a meet. Him and Alabari were running the table. The bench happened, so it was all worth it. Yeah. It almost didn't happen, though. Oh, I got oop. Sorry. Okay. I moved. I got a hamstring Charlie horse. It almost didn't happen. That's the incredible part. I'm glad it did, though. It was really close to not happening. Normally, when I miss my opener in a meet, I bomb out. That almost always happens. If I miss my opener, I usually bomb out. But it's weird because my first 1,000-pound bench, my 1035 back in 2020, I missed my opener, I missed my second, and I got it on my third. Pretty cool. And then my most recent heaviest bench ever, I missed my opener, I missed my second, and I got it on my third. So, yeah, I'm very fortunate. I am behind in tattoos. I only have 3 on my arm. And I think that 1350 marks my 12th 1,000+ pound successful bench in a meet. So I need to. I don't think I want to continue. Like okay, I got this real quick. If you can help me out, here, please. I'm gonna turn to you guys a little bit. So this is my current tattoos, right? Of different lifts I've done in meets. My 1,000-pound bench. Instead of continuing doing it just like this, like going around the arm, I want to do something different. Like with my, my consecutive other 1,000-pound benches I've done since these. The last one I did 1080 in March of 21, and I just competed a week ago and did 1350. So instead of doing this trend and just keep going around the arm, like what's something I could do? Like should I just like take the W on this and leave it the way it is and do something over here? Or like I'm not creative enough to know like what to do with my other numbers. Like I don't know. So if anybody has suggestions, please drop them in. I'm going to wrap it up here in just a little while because we've been on here for quite some time. Hour 47. That's one of my longest lives ever. Benching and Bullshitting episode 30, the big 30. So if I have any last minute suggestions on tattoos, please let me know. I do know I want to get the molecular compound, the molecular structure of magnesium carbonate chalk on my shoulder because chalk's a big part of my life, like it is for all of us. Just run them around. You think so? Because it's kind of boring, right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I could just keep going all the way around, and I want each one to be different text. So, like, if you look really close, like this first guy, it's not great line work. It's a little bit whatever. This guy, the same guy did these on the same day. This guy fucking this is all scar. This is all raised right now. Like all this is all bumpy. He'd do a line and wipe it and go over that line like 2 or 3 more times. Like it hurt bad. But I want each one to have different text, like look different. Maybe that would make it look better if it was all different text. Like leave it up to the hey tattoo artist, just do it however you want. Just do it the way you want it. Maybe some smoke with them. Smoke. Okay, I'll have to think about it. Maybe some smoke. I'll think about it. Oh boy, Cam's on here. What's up, boy? Shit, I gotta catch up now. Fuck. I would say a shoulder close to the neck so you can see it while you have your shirt on. Say a shoulder close to your neck. Oh yeah, I mean like like up here, maybe. I don't know. I just wanted it to be like right here on the shoulder, so like you would see it with the shirt off. Like it's maybe some kind of a Japanese bonsai tree because of your martial arts background. Oh, yeah, okay. And have the roots like symbolize somehow your numbers. Oh, smoke like a background to make it look like a sleeve. Oh, okay. I like that idea. I like the bonsai tree. Starting at the right delt, you can make a vertical list of date and number. Okay. 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 I think Louis had the chemical symbol for testosterone tattooed on the back of his neck. Yeah, I want magnesium carbonate because, like, obviously we all have chalk on us pretty much like all the time. It's in my blood, I'm pretty sure. So, oh, it's Joe, my brother Joe. You should do a powerlifting themed graveyard with the headstones being the totals you've killed. Yeah, headstones. Son of a bitch. See, I just don't think like this. Like, I don't, I can't think like this. Oh, and then I got hey, brother, how many plies your F8? The most I have is 4. Like the one I used to bench 1350 was a straight 4-ply. Marlon says today I want to use to learn my new 3-ply F8 for German championships in April and try and find a number to touch. Any tips? April is not that long time. I would just start taking, like, fuck the 3 board, fuck the 2 board, start taking weights to the 1 board right away. Just however much weight it takes to get to the 1 board, half board, full touch. You just gotta start doing it. April's not that far away. You just gotta start putting weight on the bar and start going low. You just have to skip the boards, go straight to a 1 board, straight to a half board. I would not fuck with the high boards. I think. Okay, I'm caught up. Cool. All right, sweet guys. Cool. Appreciate the suggestions on the tattoo. I'm gonna have to keep. So Chris, he says the biggest ever on your knuckles. So we are in agreement. Katie hates knuckle tattoos, but when I bench 1400, I'm gonna get 1400 tattooed on my. I could do 1350, yeah, but 1400 is the number. So when I get 1400, I'm gonna put it right here. That's one thing that we are in agreement with. Yeah, the tattoo, I just don't fucking know, man. I don't know. This is a cool idea, but I didn't think when I got this original one, like I didn't think I was going to have so many consecutive competitive lifts of this magnitude. I'm up to 12 and I only have 3. So I have 9 more to fuck with. So I don't know what to I don't know what to do with this now. So, hey, all right. So, hey, it's been an hour and 52 minutes, almost 2 hours, my longest benching and bullshitting ever, I'm pretty sure. Thanks for the suggestions on the tattoos. Hang on. You want to get punched in the face by 14 or 15? Yeah, 1, 2. Yeah, dude. So thank you all for everything. Thanks for joining my live here, my benching and bullshitting episode 30, benching and bullshitting on the Cold Strong Power Podcast, where I go live on YouTube and Instagram. I had a lot of interactions tonight. I really appreciate everybody. I go live. Yeah, have a good night, Chris. I go live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the U.S. I look forward to talking to you guys again. In 2 weeks, we will be in Ohio. I'll make an announcement early on if I am going live or not. Depends on the Wi-Fi connections at my mom's place, stuff like that. So if I can't go live, you will all know. I'm going to try to go live regardless. And then Sunday of the Arnold, we're going to be benching at the Last Man Standing at noon on Sunday of the Arnold. If you are coming to the Arnold Classic, love to meet you. I'll be at the Anderson Powerlifting booth. I do not have a number, what number of the booth. I just know that's the Anderson Powerlifting booth. I'll be there all day Friday, all day Saturday. Some parts of Sunday when I am not competing. Love to meet you. Come talk some bench with me. That'd be awesome. So I'll be back on here next weekend for sure. And then, like I just said, the weekend after that, the 26th, may not be able to go live, but I will try. You all know ahead of time. So please have a good rest of your Sunday night. Have a great, fantastic fucking week. Hit the weights hard, work hard. for me. Just enjoy everything you're doing. Until next time, stay strong. Have a good week.